Okay. As you know, this is called ADHD, probably now Maker. You know how most people lay everything out and plan it out before they get started, and that, well, with ADD, you kind of forget things or don't check things. So I just went and dug out an extension cord, phone charger, and charger for the camera so that it will not die during this. Yeah, gotta love ADD. Anyway, so my works in progress. I have a lot of works in progress to show you. A lot of them are crocheting because I was getting bored of knitting, so I started crocheting. I've been crocheting longer than I have been knitting. And I crochet a lot faster than I knit. So that sweater you saw took me a week. So that's why I still like crocheting and that, because I can whip something out in no time flat if I put my mind to it. If I don't put my mind to it, it will sit in a bag until I pick it up, work on a few rows, get bored, put it back down, like I'm doing with her brother's sweater. I need to get his done, but it's on my to-do list. So my first work in progress is my church crocheting, because as I've told you, I can't sit still very long. This is killing me right now, sitting still. But I take crocheting and that with me at church so I can sit still and pay attention to what the preacher or teacher of the class is saying. So, this first one, I was inspired by the Proper Pineapples channel to do the Cakes 2 to Tango shawl. And so once again, while I was at Meijer and saw the clearance yarn, I found Paisley Pop and Foggy Notion and Bernat Pop. And I cast those on and started working on a Cakes 2 to Tango shawl. So, I have it right now in this fun little bag I picked up at Joann Fabrics. It has cute little move that. Cute little birdies, paisley. Yeah, I thought it was cute, liked it. It also is big enough to hold this thing. And this, okay, let me stand up. Sorry if I bumped the table, but that is my Cakes 2 to Tango shawl. I thought I was done with it. Tried it on, realized I was not done with it. It was too short, so I had to dig out the other balls of yarn and so I still have more to go. It's about half done, which for me is good. I'll probably get through a lot more of it tomorrow at church. If my preacher or anybody from church is watching this, yes, I knit and crochet during church to sit still. Sorry. Yarn fell out. But yeah, that's my current crochet project. I'm using a size I crochet hook. And if you want like the English version or metric version of what the crochet hook is, I suggest you Google it because I can never remember. And I'll just grab what's next. This is my second Christmas stocking that I'm working on. Not very far on it, but I got the heel done and this part done, so this shouldn't take too long. And I am using the Hirschner's Holiday Pastry Puff in the traditional colorway. So, I have 3 kids, I need 3 stockings, and I'm making 4. One is for myself. My husband said he didn't need one. I am still very, very tempted to make him an orange and camo one. But we'll see. I may be sick of stockings by the time I get done with this. And yes, I have made stockings before. I made 2 of them when I lived at home with my parents. If you want to practice making socks, make Christmas stockings. They're big needles, big yarn, and fairly simple. So, give it a try. Because that's how I learned to make socks, was by making Christmas stockings, because I wanted to make Christmas stockings. I wanted to make Victorian colored Christmas stockings. Made 2 of them, found out my mom likes red, green, and white, bright Christmas colors. I liked them. Ask me now where they are. Probably at my mom's house in her basement would be my guess. Because I don't have them here. I really got to ask her about those. Anyway, my next project I'm working on, which I don't know even why I dragged this out because I just started on the heel. But it is my Dobby Socks. And I pulled it out and restarted on the heel of it. I didn't get very far. It's Lolo did it in her Dobby Socks colorway with Professor Plum as the cuff. And it's just her everyday sock. I go with everyday socks because that's just what I do. But yeah, it's coming along pretty good. I just gotta get this heel done. It shouldn't take too long if I just put my mind to it, and then I can just go knit, 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 knit. But yeah, that's another thing I started working on this week. Wish it was a lot more complicated, but it's not. And then my next thing I've been working on, because I want to get them done by Halloween, which at the rate I'm going may happen next year. But we'll see. These are, I was watching the Crazy Sock Lady podcast, and she's talking about Desert Vista Dye Works, and I have fallen in love with Desert Vista Dye Works. I'm just going to call it DVD because that's easier for me. But anyway, so I fell in love with her colorways in that, and I've gotten several of them, but this I thought would be really fun for Halloween. She makes a range of self-striping yarn called Zombies, which is basically stripes with like this little decaying speckled bit. And if you like zombies, you'll love these colorways. They have Disney, like a lot of major Disney stuff and 100 Acre Woods and all those like zombified. This is Franken-Zombody, which I figured Frankenstein was a zombie anyway, so this worked for me. So yeah, this is Frankenstein. This is Franken-Zombody, my Halloween socks. I have another skein of yarn that's Halloween color, but I haven't started on that yet. I'm going to get this done and a few other things done first. And the other one's not as Halloween-y, so not as interested in getting that done yet. So, and then my last project that I'm working on is my, yes, it's a Walmart bag. They work great, and they're 50 cents. Okay, so it was laying around the house and I used it. But still, it's only 50 cents. And it holds sweater quantities. So, this is my son's, this is my son's sweater I'm working on. It has some very interesting pooling going on. It's Red Heart yarn in the Icelandic colorway. I originally got this color for myself. And yeah, it's not me. It's too pastel. I don't do pastels well because when I wear pastels, it just kind of, my skin and the pastel just kind of meld together, and it doesn't look good on me. I do earth tones. So he liked blue. It looked good on him. So I'm just working on making him a sweater. The pattern is, once again, I'm copying the Proper Pineapple. It's called My Favorite Pullover by Katie and the Squid. My little modification on it, I got off the Proper Pineapple's Ravelry page. So all credit goes to her. You can go check out her channel on the Proper Pineapple. But my mind just went blank. But I added, instead of the like I-cord drawstring neck, because turtlenecks don't look good on me, or I just don't care for turtlenecks. I'm going to do a crew neck like I did on this one. And it's pretty simple to do a crew neck. The pattern tells you how to do the ribbing, and you just do like 5. and do it around the collar. Actually, the way I did the ribbing on that, I'm going to do a little differently on this one because I don't like how that one worked out. I got to redo the collar on that because it's a little tight on her head. And my daughter does not have a big head, so I'm going to have to redo that. I just really don't want to yet. But I will get it done and redone. But anyway, so yeah, this is my son's sweater. I don't know what to do about the pooling at the bottom, but it doesn't look too bad, so we'll just go with it, see how it goes. But yeah, that's the it's Red Heart yarn in the Iceland colorway. I use a size I crochet hook, and it's my favorite crochet pullover for kids. And then my last project, move that, is in this. Okay, remember I said I did not like pink. I still don't care for pink, but I like this bag because it has unicorns on it. And I'm not a rainbow unicorn kind of person. I'm more the... Rainbow unicorns always make me think of Rainbow Bright, which I did like Rainbow Bright. But I found this bag at work, at Walmart, for $7. You can't beat that. And it has 6 skeins of Red Heart Super Saver. No, of course I took the tag off. Yeah, Red Heart Super Saver, the big skeins. Yeah, it has 6 of those in here. So, and a zipper where I can put a crochet hook. But anyway, this is my new sweater bag. And this, let's see if I can do this without looking too silly. This is my sweater I'm working on. Because I never see micro striping on crochet sweaters for some reason. I don't know why. But I decided I'd do it. I took the My Favorite Crochet pullover and I'm micro striping it. As you can see, I'm using kind of a tweedy, tanny color. I'm sure it has a name. I just don't know what it is. I'm using navy, peacock blue, green, and in here I also have, the next stripe is going to be this nice purple, which is called Dark Orchid. So yeah, this is going, and I'm going to probably do the collar with the peacock blue because I really love that color. It's a toss-up between that and the purple because I really like purple. I once had purple shoes and I loved them. Purple and dragons are toss-up. If I could have a purple dragon, I would love that, but I don't have a purple dragon, so. But yeah, this is the start of my My Favorite Crocheted sweat pullover, which, since I work in the tire department and go outside in the winter, this will come in handy. If I get it done. I almost frogged it, but I think the colors do look good. I just was... You ever get in one of those moods where anything you make is not good enough? Yeah, I was in one of those and ripping out stuff like crazy in that. Though I did rip out the beekeeper cardigan. It's no longer a whip or a work in progress or anything. I ripped that out because if I'm going to knit, I just want basic knitting. I don't want a lot of things where I have to think unless it's... Every now and then I want to think, but I didn't want... I wasn't having fun with it, so if I'm not having fun with whatever I'm working on, I'm going to rip it out and start over. And there is a gnat flying around my face. But anyway, now I'll get on to adding to my... Sorry about this. Now I'm going to get on to adding to my hoard. Which actually, yeah. So I got some yarn in the mail. And my daughter tossed some yarn in my shopping cart at Walmart. Actually, she tossed some in my shopping cart at Michael's also. Never take my daughter yarn shopping. I told my husband that I wasn't going to buy that much yarn and I was going to be good. I was great. I got 1 skein. My daughter is throwing in 5 or 6 skeins into my shopping cart. She is 4 and can't do any of this. And I looked at her, I'm like, what am I going to do with all this? I don't know, but it yarn. I like yarn. Yeah, so I let her get one skein and put the rest back. And then I realized she wanted a sweater and I didn't have enough yarn. So this week will be a trip to Michael's to get another skein of yarn so I can make her a sweater. Which will be after I make her brother Patrick his sweater, which is after I get Matthew's sweater done. I'm trying to motivate myself here to get the sweaters done before I start a new sweater. Even though with crochet, you can put a stitch marker on it and use the same hook and work on multiple projects at once. I'm trying to make myself get them done before I start a new one. I'm probably going to fail dismally at that, but I am trying. So, this is what my daughter decided to get and said I need to make her a hat. Red Heart Love. And it is in the color olive. And as you can see, it has gold sparklies. I actually love this color. I have a hat in this color. Actually, I have two hats in this color. One I cannot find. And it's 100% wool, so I'm thinking somebody threw it in the washing machine and it shrunk. So that hat's probably gone. I gotta make me another. But anyway, so this will be turned into a hat for my daughter. I'm probably going to use Tin Can Knit's barley hat pattern and make it, because that'll be a nice basic pattern. It should show off the sparkles and everything really good. I just gotta get the other stuff finished first and make her a pair of mittens, because my mother-in-law told me last year the kids needed mittens, and I need to knit them some mittens. I've never made well, I'm working on I've made mittens, but I didn't get the gauge right, and it's like 3 times the size of my hand, and would have made a great pot holder. And then the next things I got was my Christmas yarn came from Desert Vista Dye Works. And the color I picked out for myself, because I like the Victorian colors, the darker colors, like the dark reds, dark greens, off-whites. So she had a colorway called Country Christmas. So I got said Country Christmas yarn. It's self-striping. It's like 6 stripes or something. But yeah, these are going to be my Christmas socks. And then for my mom, I got her what she likes as Christmas socks, which is the Desert Vista Dye Works Holiday Stripes Thick. And I don't know if you can see it, but it got sparklies in it too. These are my mom's colors. They're red, green, and all this. I showed my husband and said, these are my Christmas socks. He looked at them like, okay. And then I showed him my mom's. I'm like, these are mom's Christmas socks. He's like, that looks more Christmassy. Does anybody else like the Victorian Christmas colors by any chance besides me? Because everybody seems to like this. And I like this. And I'm actually getting into Christmas this year, which has not happened in a really long time, about 10 years. So, you work in retail, you learn sometimes to hate Christmas. This year, I'm excited. I have no idea what's wrong with me. But we're going with it and sticking with the momentum and hoping for the best. Okay, this next one I got is from a kind of local to me. It's in the same state. And it's a dyer down near Cincinnati, Ohio called Honeybee Knits. And apparently during July there was somebody named Countess Ablaze. I don't know all the indie dyers yet. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but they're called Countess Ablaze. And they made a colorway called If I Wanted Exposure, I'd Get My Tits Out. So I was looking on the Honeybee Knits site and saw a colorway that I really saw her colorway for that, and I really liked it. And I'm friends with Holly over at the Proper Pineapple, and I told her for Christmas I'd make her a pair of socks. So Holly, if you're watching this, these are going to be your Christmas socks. I think you'll like them. I think they are bright enough. And since I usually only use, like, for some reason, whenever I make socks, I only use about 50 grams for an adult pair of socks. I don't know why, I just do. I'm probably going to have enough. I can make me a pair of socks. Or my mom. These might be more mom's colors. Mom likes bright stuff. Only she said I couldn't make her... I told my mom I wanted to make her a yellow sweater with white stripes and then a pink collar and cuffs and ribbing at the bottom. She said no. So that's not happening, but, you know, it's a good thought while it lasted. All 5 minutes, but it's a good thought. So those are all the yarns I got. I'm pretty sure there's something else shoved in a tote that I got, and I got a bunch of mandala yarn and a bunch of red heart yarn because I was at work, and one of the guys, I told myself I'm not buying any more yarn. Anybody else ever said that? And then one of the guys I work with, his name's Kenny, and I go by Jenny at work sometimes. So it's fun whenever they yell Jenny or Kenny. They sound alike. But anyway, he's out looking around. He got off the clock, was out looking around. He texted me. He said, Jen, they have a bunch of yarn on clearance. It's like 75 cents and $1. I'm like, Kenny, you're not helping. But they have a whole bunch of it. I'm like, my husband is going to kill me. But I went and bought yarn anyway. I got enough for a second sweater for Matthew. I'm more excited about those colors than the ones I'm working on at the moment. So, yeah, I got a bunch more yarn. I have enough yarn to make my daughter like 3 or 4 sweaters. I'm in so much trouble once my husband watches this. But fortunately, I don't think he's going to watch this. He doesn't understand podcast. And if he does, sorry, honey, I bought more yarn. And the next thing I got is a new bag, shawl size bag, which my shawl, wherever I put it, I doubt it'll fit in this. But it's from Fate's Thread, which is about the only place I buy bags from. I don't know why, but that's just how it goes. But anyway, it's from Fate's Thread, and to tell the truth, I was watching The Grocery Girls, and she's made a bag with bee splat fabric. And I love honeybee stuff because my husband and my dad were both honey keepers. I love honeybee stuff. I love pictures of honeybees. I just freak out if they fly near me. And we have 2 beehives in the backyard. But, so I saw the bee splat fabric. So I went and looked up to see where you could get bee splat fabric. I found it. I sent a message to the gal at Fate's Thread. I can't think of her name right now. And asked her, hey, can you make me a shawl size sack in this? And she's like, yeah, sure. So I did a custom order on that, and I got me a bee splat sack with a nice little drawstring. And I love the purple inside. I know, it's not very exciting, but I love purple, so I loved it. And I love this fabric. It's really cool. And the little squares say honey. So, I got me a new bag. My husband looked at me after this one came. He's like, how many more bags are we going to get? I'm like, I don't know. Not that many, hopefully. Yeah, I didn't tell him that. I was called the bag lady several times during my life. And that was before I was out of high school. I was called it in middle school. I love bags of all sorts, shapes, and sizes. As you can tell by the number of purses I have. Which I love the Vera Bradley purses. I have like 3 or 4 of those. And my sister got me this big duffel bag I love using for vacation and stuff. Also Vera Bradley. So yeah, I'm kind of the bag lady. And when I find stuff I like, I get it. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been doing. This was a bit longer than last time because I've been busy. The kids have started school, which means on last... I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm trying to remember when. Okay. They went back Wednesday, so Tuesday I was off. So I took that opportunity to go finish up my back to school grocery shopping. So, and then I went and prepped everything so I could have it all prepped for schools. I have a bin for chips. I have a bin for like goldfish crackers, snacks, granola bars, cookies. I have them in these like little individual snack bags. I have a bag. I have them in a basket right next to the chips, and then I have the juice boxes right next to that on a table in the kitchen. And then I went and meal prepped up their lunch for the next day, which was homemade Lunchables, which was just ham rolled up and cut into little finger-sized pieces, and crackers and cheese. And then in the fridge I bagged up some little snack bags of carrots and celery and apples, and made up 2 bologna and cheese and mayo sandwiches and 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I had those made up in lunch bags and cut. Little helpful hint if anybody has kids in school and are trying to meal prep sandwiches ahead of time, just if it's like a lunch meat, spread a thin layer of mayonnaise on it, and it'll keep the bread from getting soggy, so you can have it in the fridge a couple days. Peanut butter, same thing, spread a layer of peanut butter on both sides of the bread and put the jelly between it. It won't soak through to the bread and keep the bread from not getting soggy. So I got those prepped, so they're all ready to go. I got cheese sticks in the fridge and Go-Gurt in the fridge. So in the mornings, all I have to do is get their lunch bags, an ice pack if it's like a bologna sandwich, which one son likes bologna, the other one likes peanut butter and jelly. So my one son has been eating bologna all week. The other one's been eating peanut butter and jelly all week. They can eat the same thing day after day, apparently. So it works for me. So all I have to do is in the morning is grab out their sandwiches, toss in like a fruit or vegetable, which has yet to be eaten. I tried. And toss in a bag of chips, cookies, or whatnot, or cheese stick, or Go-Gurt, and they're good to go. It's because last year I tried to pack their lunch every day, and it was like I'd wake up and be zombie and be like, you're buying your lunch today because I can't do this. I'm a morning person, but sometimes I stay up way too late, and yeah, it doesn't end well. I wake up really tired. I need most people, they say you need at least 8 hours of sleep. I need like 12. I don't know why. My daughter's the same way. So, but anyway, so that's actually helped me out a lot, is having those all ready. So I just have to go grab certain things, toss them in there, and their lunch is ready to go. So I've been doing that and taking my daughter to the yarn store, which I'm going to do again Tuesday, and this should be good. But, you know, she has fun. I let her throw stuff in this cart, and then I tell her to put stuff back, and then we decide what she really wants. So, and then when my parents came, I also decided to go through and sort all my yarn and put it into totes. I don't have as much as the Yarn Hoarder or Ross on Smells Like Yarn. And my husband has watched some of those podcasts, and he's only taken a brief look, and he's like, no, you cannot have that much yarn. And to tell the truth, I really don't want that much yarn because I don't know what I would do with that much. So instead, I went through, I sorted all my yarn, which now is unsorted, but it's still in totes. And I got totes about this big, 3 of them, plus a smaller blue tote of cotton yarn. Yeah, I looked at that and I sent a picture of my hubby. So my hubby found out how much yarn I have. He said no more. Actually, he said no more about 3 or 4 months ago, but I haven't listened very well, and I have my own little set of money for spending on whatever pretty much, so, you know, I bought yarn. And I'm probably going to buy a little bit more yarn because Lauren of Lolo Did It is putting out a new Monsters of the Month club, and I think I'm going to be getting some more yarn. But yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. I hope you had fun. I'll probably have a few more things finished next time. I'm hoping, Lord willing. So, have a nice day. May God bless you and keep you. And thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.